You ever have one of those work situations where you got a huge project, the deadline is looming, the whole team is working around the clock, and you got this manager, this working manager who's supposed to be helping out, getting the project over the finish line, and the dude's just goofing off somewhere? I've had it happen. Maybe that's why I'm a little hot about it, and now I thought I left that life behind, but now we got Carnival Cruise Line enabling one of these jokers. Carnival Cruise update on today's show. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cruise News Show. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise updates. Well, I planned on talking about a lot of different stuff, and then this story came across my desk, and I said, well, let's just make it about Carnival. I'm not mad at Carnival. People are going to goof off wherever they're going to goof off, but there is some really good Carnival news, some great stuff to share. I talked about it over the weekend. Carnival Cruise Line aggressively targeting March as their restart date. A lot of cruise ships on the list to cruise in March, but they weren't necessarily here in the United States. If you want to see my analysis on that, I will leave a link in the description, and you should be able to click on a button above if you want to watch the aggressive play that Carnival's making when it comes to cruising in March. And now we got more cruise ships coming back. So part of making that March plan happen is you got to get the cruise ships back to the United States. Now, we've already got the Carnival Horizon made its way to Miami a while ago. The Breeze followed last week. And now we've got 3 more Carnival cruise ships coming to Florida. The return of the Carnival Ecstasy, the return of the Carnival Liberty, and return of the Carnival Freedom from afar. That brings the total of 5 cruise ships in the port of Miami. And in addition to that, there's a 6th ship that's on the move. The Carnival Panorama is making its way back to Long Beach, California. So 6 cruise ships for Carnival Cruise Line in U.S. waters, getting ready to restart cruising. It's 75 days until March the 1st. Can these ships get to U.S. waters, get through the test process, and have paying passengers on March the 1st? It's questionable at best, but the ships being here and those cruises not being canceled, that's a good sign. Now, the CDC is the final say on whether these cruises can start or not. So if you pop over to the website, the CDC website for crew disembarkation by commercial travel, that's the tracking website. That's the red, yellow, green website. And as we take a look, there's more than 6 Carnival ships in the queue now. Just a couple weeks ago, there was only 1. Now we got a lot of cruise ships. Now, just a reminder, this list are cruise ships that have been approved to allow their crew members to travel commercially. There's several criteria to get these ships to be in a green status. It has to do with how long crew members have been on board, what the status of the virus is on board. But once it gets a solid green, that means if anything happens and they need to move their crew members off that cruise ship, they can fly them commercially out of the U.S. It's a big statement. There was a time where the CDC would not allow any commercial travel by crew members through the U.S. airports. And so this is the starting point. A ship has to be green on this list so that it can make its way through the framework for conditional sailing, can do the test sailings, and eventually cruise with passengers. And there's a lot of Carnival cruise ships on this list now. Let's take a quick swing through and see what we got. All right, so here on the list, Carnival Breeze, it is red. The Carnival Conquest is provisionally green. That means that the ships are coming over, that they have intention to be green. They haven't submitted the paperwork for evaluation to the CDC yet. So these provisionally greens, I think eventually will go to red before they go to green. I think that's how this process is working. But yes, Carnival Breeze, Carnival Conquest provisionally green, Carnival Ecstasy provisionally green, Carnival Elation red, Carnival Freedom provisionally green, Carnival Glory provisionally green, Horizon red, Liberty provisional, Miracle provisional, Panorama provisional, Carnival Pride provisional, Carnival Sensation provisional, Carnival Sunrise provisional, and the Sunshine provisional, and the Vista is provisional. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cruise ships, 16 cruise ships as mentioned by Christine Duffy in a recent conversation. If you missed my commentary on that, I'll pop that video up here and in the description. 16 cruise ships in the queue to sail. Again, they have some work to do, but again, they've got well over 70 days. We'll keep looking to see what this status turns to. If it turns to green, then these ships are on their way to the next part of the process. Will Carnival Cruise Line sell in March? What are the odds? I wonder if the Vegas bookmakers are even taking bets on this, but yeah, I still feel like it's like 90%. I would bet 90% that they're not cruising in March, but I hope they do. And yeah, I don't know. Now I got to go see if I can find some sort of online odds. But what do you think? Will they sell in March? These ships are certainly getting back to U.S. waters and getting ready to go. It will be interesting to track along. That story puts a little bit of a smile on my face, and now I'm remembering the main thing that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I'm flashing back to my corporate days where as a middle manager in IT, had teams of people, and we'd be working hard to get a project over the finish line, and we needed the support of upper management, and sometimes they would just ignore you and go play golf. They would tell you how important the project was, that they're your working partner. If you need anything, let us know. And then they'd be off on the golf course while you're pulling your hair out at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get something to work. I had to get out of that life, honestly. I just couldn't take it. One thing they never asked me to do, and that's why I feel comfortable asking you to do it. Look, there's no deadline, but the time is now. If you like getting the cruise updates, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way, all of your project statuses will remain green. Any certified project managers out there? Let's have a status call. All right, so let me break it down. We sit here December the 16th, 2020. We are only 9 days away from the big day. We're only 9 days away from where every child in the world is expecting to wake up and receive a handmade toy crafted in the North Pole by magical elves and delivered by Santa Claus. You know who's under pressure for the next 9 days? Those people. You got elves making toys, you got elves packing them up, you got Mrs. Claus pressing the suit, you got the scientists at the North Pole planning out the route. And what's the big man himself? He's a working manager. He's going to be riding the sleigh on the 25th of December. Well, what is this guy doing? He's in Finland riding a roller coaster. Yeah, we got all this stuff going on. The elves are there working their little nubby fingers to the bone, living in a tree, from what I understand. And the big guy is ho-ho-hoing his way around an electric roller coaster. Excuse the language, but could you give me a freaking break? Talk about letting your team down. Well, here's the quote, okay? Here's the quote from Finland. With enthusiastic shrieks of delight and a few hearty ho-ho-hos echoing through the shipyard, Santa zipped along the 800-foot-long track featuring a hairpin curve around the ship's iconic funnel, all while achieving speeds up to 40 miles per hour. Santa likes it fast. The all-electric coaster can accommodate 2 riders or 1 Santa Claus and his bag of toys. Perhaps in the motorcycle-like vehicles that race 187 feet above the waterline, providing incredible views to the sea below. And of course, it begs the question, can you blame the guy? I tell you what, if they called me up on the phone right now and said, hey, we'll fly you to Finland, we'll bring you to the brand new Carnival Mardi Gras, we'll put you on the very first roller coaster ever on a cruise ship, electric roller coaster, you get a race against somebody else, you get a race against your own time. If they said, hey, stop doing the cruise news show, abandon the people that count on you daily for the news to come ride the roller coaster, well, I wouldn't do it. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Let that be a lesson to you, Santa Claus. When people count on you, you got to come through in the clutch. Way to go, Santa. Billions of kids around the world are waiting for you to do your job, and you're taking a day off at a cruise ship. I think I'm leaving out one less cookie. You ever have a boss like that? Leave a comment below. That's the cruise news. Thank you so much for watching the show today. Please show your support by hitting the like button. This is Tony with Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.